metal prices on the London Metal Exchange were stronger across the board this morning, while those actually on the Shanghai Future Exchange have been mixed earlier this morning, as were broader markets following the weakness we saw on the equity markets like on the Wall Street yesterday. And of course, one of the main reasons why the base metal prices are going up is a weaker dollar, which is making the greenback denominated metals cheaper and more attractive for holders of other currencies. If we have a look at the LME 3 months base metal prices, they are all up this morning by an average of 0.7%. Once again, led by the rise of the copper price, which is up more than 1%. And was recently trading around $9,436 a ton. All the base metals, with the exception of nickel, seem to be impatiently waiting to extend their gains, and the latest push lower in the dollar will be definitely encouraging them forward too. A Singapore-based trader said copper is riding the wave of the US dollar debasement in value, but he also noted that the physical participants are not really biting at that current high price levels. Watch the inventories. Already there's a lending guidance on copper, said the same trader, referring to the dominant warrant holders in LME copper short-term contracts. There is one market participant which is holding more than 60 to 70% of all the copper warrants, which is what we called a dominant holder position. Having a brief look at the precious metals market, the spot gold price is a little changed at $1,771 the ounce. Silver at £25.93, that is 0.5% up. Platinum is at $1,209 the ounce, and palladium at $2,798. The US yield on the 10-year treasuries has edged higher to 1.62% this morning. That is up from 1.56 at the same time yesterday. Then, of course, as we said, the currencies, the US dollar index hedged lower again this morning. It is weaker. We are at 90.97 after we saw a 91.57 points at the similar time yesterday morning. That means that all the other major currencies are mainly higher against the dollar. The euro is trading quite well at 120.66 for the moment. The British pound at 1.3993, and the US dollar against the yen is at 108.21. The economic calendar is also quite light today. We had already some data coming out in Japan, which actually showed that the industrial activity has risen by 0.3% on a month-to-month basis, and the German producer prices, the PPI, and the United Kingdom's employment situation are coming out. So basically, most of the base metal prices are working higher, but they are definitely also encountering resistance as they approach to further highs. Lead, which is around $2,065 a ton, still might have some way to go to reach the high we saw in February at 2,185. Nickel is definitely the metal which is struggling to follow the other ones. The prices are stuck in a sideways range around $4,000 a ton. That is definitely also due to the fact that the Philippines has lifted a ban on the new mines, and that could be the latest pace of news holding the nickel back to rise further. But the upward pressure seems to be building in the metals, and while we see some potential on the downside risk, which could be the fact due to credits tightening in China, or as a result of a broader based equity correction, the path of least resistance in the metal seems to have once again swung higher this morning.